सर हाँ Our chief guest of the 100th Foundation Day of Indian Institute of Technology, Indian School of Mines, Shri Gautam Adani ji, Chairman Adani Group, is entering the Penman Auditorium. I request all to rise and extend a standing ovation to him. I request all to rise and extend a standing ovation to him. It's taking a little while, so I request all to please take your seats. Actually, the hall was quite silent, so this little buzz makes it happening. Thank you. The chief guest of the 100th Foundation Day of IIT Dhanbad, Shri Gautam Adani ji, Chairman, Adani Group, has already arrived here. We extend a hearty welcome to you, sir. Welcome to IIT Dhanbad. May I request the dignitaries, our chief guest, to please take his seat on the dais.
गर्भधामा स्वस्ति न इंद्र वृद्धस्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तारक्ष्य अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति न बृहस्पतिर्दधातु प्रीकादशवा मरुतः वृषणे मातरः शोभञ्जावानो विदधे को जगमायाः अग्नि जह्वा मानवः सूरजगजासा विश्वेनो देवा अवसागमन्यः भद्रङ्गार्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्जतराः स्थिरैरङ्गैतुष्टवागोसस्तनो बृभ्यसेमहि देवहितं जदायः शतमेन्न शरद अन्ते देवा जतरा नश्चकरा जरसन्तनो नाम पुत्रासो जतरा पितरो भवन्ति मानो मधिया.
The air of IIT Dhanbad has turned auspicious with the resounding of the Vedic mantras, the Mangal Path and Swasti Vachan from the Yajurveda, and by the honorable presence of our chief guest, Shri Gautam Adani ji. We welcome you once again, sir. Now may I request our chairman, sir, to extend a floral welcome to our chief guest. May I now request our director, sir, to extend a welcome through Shrifal. Now, I request the dignitaries to light the ceremonial lamp. Thank you, sir. Now it's a moment to extend a very special welcome to our chief guest through our distinguished alumnus and the CEO of the Adani Natural Resources, may I request Dr. Vinay Prakash, sir, to extend a floral welcome to our chief guest. I now request the choir for the invocation song. The rising light from this ceremonial lamp in this Penman auditorium and the invocation song from our Upanishad speak of the 100 radiant years of learning, knowledge, and service to the nation and to the mankind. This is the story of IIT ISM. Honorable Chief Guest of the 100th Foundation Day of Indian Institute of Technology, Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad, Shri Gautam Adani ji, our Chairman, Board of Governors, Professor Prem Vrat, our Director, Professor Sukumar Mishra, our Deputy Director, Professor Dheeraj Kumar, our special guest from the Adani Group, our alumni, our distinguished guests, our friends from the industry, faculty colleagues, dear students, and the entire IIT ISM family, including the print and electronic media. With immense pleasure and pride, on behalf of IIT ISM Dhanbad, I, Rajni Singh, invite you to the 100th Foundation Day celebrations of the Indian Institute of Technology, Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad. Sir, we thank you from the deepest bottom of our heart for gracing this landmark event. Thank you, sir. At the dawn of the 20th century, India found itself on the edge of transformation. Industry was rising, imagination was stirring, and in that moment, a gentle but powerful idea emerged. The nation needed an institute that would not only teach the craft of mining, but also impart the art to unveil the profound science of the earth, to command the knowledge written in stone, metal, and minerals. This dream first found its voice in December 1901, and on the 9th December of 1926, the foundation of an institute was laid. An institute destined to illuminate the path of generations to come. The buildings were young, but the aspirations boundless. And at its helm stood Dr. David Penman, our first guardian, the true captain, the true steward, our founder principal, who kindled a luminous flame that generations have protected and advanced with reverence. With every passing year, with every passing decade, IIT ISM Dhanbad has advanced like a mighty river, broadening its course, deepening its strength, and gathering the hopes of generations. And today, that river arrives at a resplendent milestone, 100 years crowned with brilliance, resilience, and the timeless radiance of knowledge that continues to shape the destiny of our country. With this, I now invite our director, Professor Sukumar Mishra, to extend the welcome address. Please, sir.
The chief guest of the 100th Foundation Day of IIT ISM Dhanbad, Sri Gautam ji, Chairman Adani Group, Chairman Board of Governors of IIT ISM Dhanbad, Professor Prem Vrat, our distinguished guest, respected members of the board, our alumni, faculty colleagues, dear students, and members from print and electronic media, and other people in this august gathering. It is a deeply emotional and historic moment for all of us to gather here on the 100th Foundation Day of this ionic institution established in 1926, shaped by generation of thinkers, explorers, innovators, and dreamers. As I stand here today, I am filled with gratitude for the century-long journey that has brought us from a modest beginning as a school dedicated to mining science to a comprehensive institute of national importance. The story of IIT ISM is, in many ways, the story of India's scientific awakening. Born with a clear purpose to serve the nation's industrial and mineral sectors, the institute gradually transformed into a vibrant ecosystem of discovery and innovation. Over time, new disciplines, new ideas, and new aspirations shaped our identity. We expanded beyond our original mission and embraced field that today defines modern technology, sustainable development, and scientific inquiry. Yet, through all these transformations, one thing never changed: our commitment to excellence. Our faculty continue to explore the depth of the earth, the dynamics of energy, the frontiers of artificial intelligence, and the complexity of human society. Our research spans the elemental and the intangible, the microscopic and cosmic. What binds all of this together is a spirit of inquiry that has been passed down from one generation to the next. This centenary week, as captured beautifully in our official program, reflects the spirit. From dialogues on national development to exhibitions that celebrates technology, sustainability, and culture, to the joyful participation of children and community groups, each event has reaffirmed that IIT ISM Dhanbad is not merely an academic space, but a living, breathing community that continues to grow in meaning and impact. Today's celebrations, beginning with the centenary run, continuing through the Foundation Day address, the interaction with our former chairpersons and directors, and culminating in the grand drone show, symbolize a journey that honors the past while inspiring the future. These moments remind us that an institution is built not only by its achievement, but also by its sense of belongings. To our faculty, I extend my heartfelt respect. Your commitment to teaching, dedication to research, and willingness to nurture young minds, that the pillars upon which this institute continues to rise. To our alumni scattered across the world in leadership role, research laboratories, universities, government institutions, and industries, you remain our pride and our ambassadors to excellence. To our partners in industry and society, thank you for trusting us, collaborating with us, and helping us contribute to national progress. And to our students and torchbearer of our next century, you are the heartbeat of IIT ISM. Your curiosity, creativity, and determination inspire everything we do. As we step into our second century, our path is clear. We will continue to expand our intellectual horizons. We will embrace emerging technologies. We will stay rooted in sustainability, societal responsibility, and ethical development. And above all, we will hold firmly to the values that guided our journey from 1926 to today: integrity, excellence, and service to society. On this historic day, I express my deepest gratitude to everyone who has contributed to this remarkable journey. May the next 100 years be even more inspiring than the first century. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for extending the welcome address and for recapitulating the week-long celebrations and for also spelling out the grit and conviction of ITISM towards Viksit Bharat. And now, as we celebrate this journey of our institute, I see emotions surging up. I see the spark in the eyes. And therefore, I now invite you to witness the history of the institute unfolding on the screen. Please play the video.
Uttishthit, Jagrat, Prapya Varani Bodhat. This call resounds across centuries. From the wisdom of our scriptures came a spark, a force which urged India to move to a newer horizon, into an age where the wealth beneath the earth would shape the destiny above it. At the turn of the 20th century, India's industries were waking up. But a vital force was missing: trained professionals who could understand the geology beneath their feet and the minds that would soon fuel a modern nation. There stood a great need, a need for knowledge, a need for a mining college, just like the Royal School of Mines, London. The Indian National Congress, at its 17th session in December 1901, passed a resolution. The Macpherson Committee was formed, and its report became the blueprint of a new national vision. So when the nation was dreaming of freedom, a seed was sown here, right in Dhanbad, in the Black Diamond City. On 9th December 1926, the Indian School of Mines was born, and it was inaugurated by Lord Irwin, the then Viceroy of India. Our founder principal, Dr. David Penman, played the true captain, paving the way for the first cohort, the class of 1929. As the decades passed, our roots grew deeper. ISIM grew into phases, each decade adding layers of strength. In 1967, under the UGC Act, ISIM became a deemed to be university. Its reputation spread across India's mining industry and energy sectors. From mining and applied geology, sciences and humanities, through expansion into earth sciences, core engineering disciplines, other circuit branches of engineering, computing and management. Every phase, an upward step, every step, a move closer to the national goals, aligned with the needs of a technology-driven, sustainable India. From the Silver Jubilee graced by the President, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, to the icy frontiers of Antarctica, to our recent 45th convocation, our footprint has expanded beyond the mine shafts. As custodians of the earth, this red building has strengthened the nation's core through its rich legacy and tradition of excellence in mining and geosciences. A trusted brand for industry and with a record of alumni who went on to achieve significant milestones. As the new millennium dawned, so did a new momentum. It brought in new centers of excellence, new dreams, and a new era. A renewed identity, a national leap. In 2016, ISM was elevated to IIT ISM Dhanbad, carrying its long heritage into the IIT family and embracing a future powered by innovation. From coal to critical minerals, from hydrocarbons to semiconductors, today IIT ISM stands at the core of India's resource future. Its research supports not just mining, but the entire energy security ecosystem: power, petroleum, renewable resources, and sustainable extraction. Our centers of excellence are the new engines of progress. These centers bring together academia, industry, and policy, advancing national missions with global standards. Its research strengthens the dream of Atmanirbhar Bharat, a self-reliant, innovation-driven India.
कनेक्टिविटी और इनोवेशन सेंटर, ज्वाइंट एआई रिसर्च सेंटर जैसे कई कदम उठाए हैं। हमने क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स पर सहयोग के लिए एक इंडस्ट्री गिल्ड और सप्लाई चेन ऑब्जर्वेटरी की स्थापना का निर्णय लिया है। इसका सैटेलाइट कैंपस आईएसएम धनबाद में होगा। सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स के प्रति हमारी साझी प्रतिबद्धता है।
As India marches towards Viksit Bharat at 2047, IIT ISM stands ready, grooming engineers, scientists, managers, thinkers, and innovators who will help build a prosperous, technology-empowered nation. 100 years ago, it began with mining and a mission to power India. Today, it stands with the synergy of the two brands, IIT and ISM, driving knowledge, innovation, and national growth.
The winner, IIT ISM Dhanbad.
From the coal fields of Dhanbad to the frontiers of science and technology, the journey continues. Walking past the Penman Auditorium or stopping by the RDT stall after the classes, every year, the fresh graduates carry with them a slice of memories of a timeless spring. This is what IIT ISM Dhanbad is. Its legacy undefined and its potential boundless. Born of the earth, rising with India, IIT ISM Dhanbad holds a century of purpose and a future of possibilities.
So that's the spirit of IIT ISM in a nutshell, and this spirit pulsates in every ISMite. Today, as we stand beneath the arch of 100 years, a century gathers around us like a quiet constellation of memories. Students who arrived with curiosity in their eyes, teachers who lit the way with patience and brilliance, and innovators who shaped the world far beyond these walls. May I now invite our Chairman, Board of Directors, Professor Prem Vrat, for his address. Please, sir.
Our chief guest of the 100th Foundation Day, Shri Gautam Adani ji, Chairman Adani Group, Director of IIT ISM, Professor Sukumar Mishra, distinguished guests, alumni, faculty colleagues, and dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and privilege to stand before you on this profound and memorable occasion, the 100th Foundation Day of IIT ISM Dhanbad today. We celebrate not just the passing of a century, but the endurance of a vision born in 1926. On this day, a vision that continues to illuminate the path of national development and academic excellence. At its inception, this institution carried a clear vision to support India's industrial and scientific needs. Over time, that mission expanded, matured, and evolved into a broader purpose to nurture individuals who would lead with knowledge, character, and a sense of service. What began as a specialized academic institute gradually transformed into a multidisciplinary center of innovation, and yet, through all transitions, our foundational ethos, rigor, relevance, and responsibility remained constant. The story of IIT ISM is remarkable not only because of what it has achieved, but because of what it has inspired. It has inspired generations of young minds to enter the fields of engineering, science, technology, and management. It has inspired industries to collaborate, innovate, and grow. It has inspired the nations to imagine new possibilities in energy, environment, digital transformation, and sustainable development. This centenary week, so thoughtfully curated and presented in the program flyer, beautifully reflects the Institute's diversity and dynamism, the discussion on national aspirations, the celebrations of culture, the academic workshops, the interactions with the school children, and the exhibition highlighting cutting-edge technology all come together to express the spirit of an institute firmly connected to its society. For me, as chairman of the Board of Governors, this celebration also carries a deep personal meaning. It's a reminder of the collective strength that institutions gain from the dedication of their faculty, the passion of their students, the wisdom of their alumni, and the support of their partners. No institute thrives for 100 years unless its people believe in its purpose. I would like to extend my appreciation to the director of this, for his leadership, to the faculty for their unwavering commitment, to the staff for their tireless efforts, and to our alumni for carrying the name of IIT ISM with pride wherever they go. And to our students, you are the ones who will define what the next century of this institute will look like. You inherit a legacy, but you also inherit responsibility to take this institute to greater heights, to imagine new futures, and to serve society with empathy and excellence. As we look ahead, our priorities remain clear: to strengthen our research ecosystem, to expand global partnerships, to deepen our engagement with the industry and the society, and to uphold the highest standards of academic integrity. We'll continue to invest in ideas, people, infrastructure, and opportunities that will define the IIT ISM of tomorrow, and precious milestone. It reminds us of how far we come, but how far we must go. Today, let's reaffirm our commitment to the values that shaped this institution from its earliest days: excellence, resilience, and service. May the next 100 years bring even greater glory to IIT ISM Dhanbad. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir, for underscoring the priorities of the Institute and the way we have built our yesterdays and the way we now need to build our tomorrows. Thank you so much, sir. And now comes the moment which we have been waiting for, the 100th Foundation Day address of IIT ISM Dhanbad from a leader of vision, clarity, and immense national service. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to welcome to our institute one of our nation's greatest names, a true titan of our age, India's first and only first-generation entrepreneur to have grown a trading startup into $100 billion diversified business group, and then again to over $200 billion in market capitalization. In just over 3 decades, he has built the most critical infrastructure as India needs to be independent and to stand tall before the world. From seaports to airports, from thermal power to renewables, from road to data centers, he is building the pillars of modern India. Even as he is transforming India's energy and infrastructures, he is also revolutionizing healthcare, education, and skill development, believing that no nation can rise without empowering its people. From world-class hospitals and digital classrooms to the largest grassroots skilling initiative in India, he is investing in India's future. And through the Adani Indology mission, he is restoring pride in India's ancient wisdom, affirming that a civilization so timeless must tell its own story, guard its own lineage, and celebrate its own glory. But what truly sets him apart is not just the scale of his achievements, it is the grace with which he wears them. In a world where success hardens people, he remains deeply grounded. The only thing bigger than the infrastructure he builds is humility. Here is the Indian visionary who speaks less and does more. He is India's greatest builder of both assets and trust in capital. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the chairman of the Adani Group, Shri Gautam Adani ji.
धनबाद की इस ज्ञान भूमि को मेरा सादर प्रणाम। To the visionary directors who shape the path of this institution, to the esteemed faculty who shape the minds that defines these institutions, and to my student friends who will shape the future of Bharat. Thank you for your very warm welcome to the IIT ISM Dhanbad. It is not every day that one is invited to speak at the 100th anniversary of any institute, and when that celebration belongs to IIT ISM Dhanbad, it is far more than an invitation. It is a once-in-a-lifetime historic opportunity to stand on the very grounds from which so many of our nation's custodians of the core have come from. I find it staggering that over a century ago, even when under the weight of British flag, the Indian National Congress recommended the setting up of this institution to meet Bharat's urgent need for mining and geology experts. Even in those challenging times, they understood a fundamental truth. अगर भारत को अपनी तकदीर संवारनी है, तो उसे अपनी धरती की ताकत को समझना होगा। Our nation cannot rise to greatness unless she first masters the language of the earth under her feet. And so, this celebrations is not just an opportunity to reflect where you have come from. It is also a moment to define where you must go and chart the future that must be created. And it is on these aspects that I will like to speak today. To begin, let us first confront a sobering truth. The age of a collaborative global trade and supply chains is collapsing. We are all seeing nations, once bound by strong alliances, retreating into the shadow of self-preservations. The battles for a rare earth, semiconductors, tariffs, and the collapse of trade treaties are now the new normal and not the exceptions. And in this environment, even the most prominent global institutions, such as NATO, the WTO, and the UN, are being forced to reconsider their established frameworks and rules of engagement. My dear friends, sovereignty is defined as the ability to govern oneself without external influence and control. And in this era, where self-preservation dominates the global order, two pillars will be necessary to shape our sovereignty. First, master the resources below our feet. For he who commands his earth commands his sovereignty. Second, master the energy that fuels our rise. For she who owns her fire owns her sovereignty. And it is no coincidence that our ancient Vedas had articulated this truth long before modern geopolitics discovered them. या भूमिया पृथ्वी धनवती तेजः भवति भाग्यवती. Sovereignty belongs to those who commands their earth, and those who command their earth command their energy. And that is why our history must be our mirror. For whenever we have failed to recognize our own image, others have stepped in to paint it for us and define our destiny. And destiny, my young friends, is never gifted. It is the price of the fight to stay sovereign. Let us validate this with a familiar story. Once upon a time, as you know, about 100 kilometers from here stood the world's greatest seat of learning, Nalanda. Nalanda was not just a university. It was the command center of Bharat knowledge. It was Bharat dignity, proof that learning was our civilizational identity. It was Bharat destiny, for in his halls, the future was authored before it was experienced. Its libraries housed manuscripts on a mining, metallurgy, energy, astronomy, governance, and many other sciences. Knowledge so advanced that seeker crossed oceans and deserts just to learn from Bharat and then carried the wisdom home. Therefore, when Bhaktiar Khilji burned Nalanda, his aim was not just to destroy structures or set manuscripts on fire. His true target was our civilizational confidence, our knowledge systems, and our ability to think independently, free from foreign influence. And we should never forget this, because a civilization that forgets how it was broken forgets how to rise. Centuries later, when the British arrived in a Bharat already weakened, they did not burn knowledge, they replaced it. They engineered an education systems designed to produce clerks, not a thinkers. And in doing so, erased the stories, wisdom, and imaginations that once united Bharat. Where Khilji used fire, the British used curriculum. Where Khilji destroyed manuscripts, the British destroyed memory. My young friends, why do I tell you this? Because the day we forget these stories is the day our unity begins to fracture. For if we let these stories fade, we risk losing the very glue that binds our generations and anchors Bharat in a turbulent world. A turbulent world where no geopolitical alliances is clean. No geopolitical alliance is permanent. Every geopolitical alliance is conditional. Every geopolitical alliance is transactional. Independencies with alliance one day become influence, and influence one day becomes power. And the first thing that power takes control is his narrative. So my young friends, what you learn here and what you build and implement when you walk out of these gates will decide whether our future sovereignty remains dependent on others or rises to stand on its own strength. इतिहास मत भूलो, भविष्य सौंपा नहीं जाता, कमाया जाता है. इतिहास मत भूलो, भविष्य सौंपा नहीं जाता, कमाया जाता है. जो तुम निर्माण करोगे वही राष्ट्र की दिशा तय करेगा. जो तुम बनोगे वही हमारा भारत बनेगा. And now, with this historical context, let us look at a contemporary example of what I mean, an example that is relevant to all of you. We live in an era of a narrative colonizations, where the very nations that plundered resources, enslaved continents, and burned fossil fuels for 2 centuries now stand on our moral platforms in our foreign capitals. Many of them now want to dictate the pace and style of Bharat's development. It is quite a paradox that those who hated the planet now want to set the rules for how we must cool the planet. This is the modern narrative. And so, if we do not control our own narrative, our growth will be criminalized, our aspirations delegitimized, and our right to improve our standard of living showcased as a global offense. जो हक हम नहीं मांगेंगे वो हमसे छीना जाएगा, जो हक हम नहीं मांगेंगे वो हमसे छीना जाएगा, जो कहानी हम नहीं लिखेंगे वो हमारे खिलाफ लिखी जाएगी. And this weaponized narrative surfaced at the 2025 COP30, where a report downgraded Bharat's sustainability ranking, arguing that our nation lacked a coal exit timeline and continues to auction coal blocks. So let us examine some data points. Yes, Bharat is the world's 3rd largest electricity consumer. But on a per person basis, we consume less than 1400 kilowatt hours a year. That is less than half the global average, 1/10 of America, and a 1/5 of Europe. Yes, we rank 3rd in total CO2 emitted, but on a per capita basis, our 1.4 billion people emit under 2 tons compared to 14 tons in the US, 9 tons in China, and 6 tons in Europe. And if we speak of a history, the numbers reveal even more. In 200 years of our industrial activity, Bharat has contributed just 4% of our cumulative global emissions against 13% from Europe, 19% from the US, and 20% from China. I share this statistic with you because this is what the battle for the narrative is. Many current ESG models are designed to penalize the developing world. My challenge to you, IITians, is build the models that mathematically account for the energy dignity of our countrymen. Build the algorithms that value the life of a villager getting electricity for the first time as highly as a carbon credit traded in Europe. दुनिया के सारे डेटा को सच मत मानो, सवाल करो. सिर्फ उनका कोड मत पढ़ो, अपना कोड खुद लिखो। पहचान उनसे मत मांगो, अपनी पहचान खुद बनाओ। क्योंकि राष्ट्र आदेश मानकर नहीं बनते, क्योंकि राष्ट्र आदेश मानकर नहीं बनते, अपनी गाथा खुद लिखकर बनते हैं। My dear students, Bharat did not hit this planet. अंगार किसी और ने फूंका, पर बुझाने हमें पुकारा गया। अंगार किसी और ने फूंका, पर बुझाने हमें पुकारा गया। जो चिंगारी हमारी न थी, उसकी राख भी हमें ही सहना पड़ा। Yet, much of the developed world now expect Bharat to cool the earth. And very remarkably, we are indeed doing that. Earlier this year, Bharat reached a milestone. Over 50% of its installed electricity generation capacity came from non-fossil resources, hitting an important globally agreed number a full 5 years before its target. Under the Paris Agreement, adopted in 2015, that 195 countries had signed, no other major nation has been able to change its energy mix in such a dramatic fashion. दुनिया जहां रुक जाए, भारत राह बनाए। दुनिया जहां रुक जाए, भारत राह बनाए। हम सपने नहीं बेचते, हम करके दिखाते हैं। And so, recognizing that energy poverty is a deep injustice, Bharat will need to expand baseload fossil power to secure its energy dignity. At the same time, as I described, Bharat, with one of the lowest CO2 emits per capita, is also driving the fastest energy transition in a human history. And yet, my young friends, the battle of narrative is a relentless. Let me tell you how, through the example of Adani's Carmichael mining project in Queensland, Australia. When we went to Australia, it was not that Bharat lacked coal. What Bharat lacked was a quality coal. The Carmichael mine was born out of this necessity to substitute our local coal with a better grade of imported coal. But little did we know that our Carmichael mine would become one of the most contested energy projects of this century. Global environmental lobbies mobilized against us. Protests were staged across continents. banks withdrew lending across businesses. We were vilified in our international media, debated in a foreign parliaments, dragged through courtrooms. Every signal was back down, retreat, give up the project. But we did not. Because our Carmichael mine was never a commercial bet. It was a commitment to our nation's energy security. And today, the very same Carmichael mine powers cleaner industrial growth in Bharat and sustains thousands of livelihoods in Australia. जब हौसला ईमान बन जाए तो फतह भी झुक जाती है. जब हौसला ईमान बन जाए तो फतह भी झुक जाती है. सफर उसी का कहलाता जो राह चलकर दिखाते हैं. That is the paradox of a nation building. You may be resisted, ridiculed, and punished long before you are acknowledged. Yet history has a way of settling its accounts. For in the end, they may write the headlines, but we will write the history. But my young friends, this is only half the story. Because the critics, even today, continue to debate the Carmichael mine projects. They conveniently forget another fact, the fact that we have invested to become one of the world's fastest growing renewable energy companies. आलोचना वो शोर है जो दर्शक करते हैं. आलोचना वो शोर है जो दर्शक करते हैं. सफलता वो गुंज है जो कर्मवीर रचते हैं. We are also building the world's largest renewable energy park at Khavda in Gujarat, spread over 520 square kilometers. At a full capacity by 2030, this park will generate 30 gigawatt of a green energy at an average India household consumptions. This would be equivalent to powering over 60 million national homes per year. And today, with the first 10 gigawatt already commissioned, we are on track to deliver the world's lowest cost green electron, thereby setting a global benchmark in our energy transitions. This, my young friend, is the asymmetry of our storytelling. When we build a coal for responsibility and dignity of our countrymen, we are criticized. When we build renewables at a global scale, our success becomes invisible. अदानी समूह ने कर्तव्य पथ से कभी मुंह नहीं मोड़ा और हम विकास की अनुमति नहीं, अपने मार्ग की गरिमा चाहते हैं। And I say this because false narrative destroy confidence. They make a nation doubt its own people and its own enterprises. But a nation with confidence tells its own story. It recognizes its builders, protects its institutions, and defends its aspirations. My dear young friends, let me now switch gears and speak about the decades ahead. As you graduate, you step into a moment of extraordinary promise where the global green energy transitions is emerging as the largest industries of our time, worth several $1 trillion over the coming decades. It will fuel the rise of electricity-based manufacturing, green steel, green fertilizers, hydrogen ecosystems, and the critical infrastructures that AI and digital economies depends on, which is also why we are investing over $75 billion in the space of energy transitions over the next 5 years. And your discipline sits at the heart of these transitions, because here is the paradox of our age. To clean the skies, humanity must go under the earth. And the new periodic tables of progress is now dependent on rare earth, without which no magnet turns and no wind turbine spins. Lithium, without which batteries remain empty and EVs remain stationary. Copper, without which electrons lose their highways. Silicon, without which sunlight cannot be harvested. And uranium, without which baseload for our net zero civilizations is a dream. And to me, the most stunning truth of our times is that every AI chips that computes, every hyperscale cloud that connects, and every neural engine that learns all trace their origin back to the depth of Mother Earth. People may call mining the old economy, but what I say is that without you, there is no new economy. And this is why I firmly believe that mining, minerals, and earth sciences are now the new frontiers of sovereignties, sustainability, and Bharat's national capability. इसी मिट्टी में छुपा है भारत का आने वाला उजाला। इसी मिट्टी में छुपा है भारत का आने वाला उजाला, जो धरती को पढ़ ले वही है असली रखवाला। My dear friends, besides being the largest infrastructure player in the country, the Adani Group is also the largest mining player in our nation. In the years ahead, our commitment to mining and materials will significantly expand, from extracting various ores to making metals, alloys, and finished products that power our economy, electrify mobility, and enable our nation's green transition. And so, I am pleased to announce the launch of two landmark initiatives. The first initiative is the Adani Annual Internship at IIT Dhanbad. We will offer 50 paid internships every year to third-year students meeting our merits and fitment criteria. Thereafter, a minimum of 25% of these interns will receive pre-employment offers to join us. We are not looking for just colleagues who follow manuals. We are looking for innovators who will rewrite them. We will bring you our toughest problems. We welcome you if you have the drive to solve problems that the world says cannot be solved, but you are willing to take up. The second initiative, the Adani 3S Mining Excellence Centers, built with a taxmin, this is not just a lab, it is an ecosystem where responsible mining, innovation, and industries academia collaborations intersect. For metaverse labs and drone fleets, to seismic sensing and a precision blasting, this center is built to rewrite the future language of mining. Each year, the idea with the greatest potential to transform the sector of mining, energy, and core infrastructures will be selected through a campus-wide hackathon challenge. And the Adani Group will support the winning idea it selects with a funding, mentorship, and most importantly, real industry setting to prove the idea. मेरे वीर युवा साथियों, as I begin to close, I want to leave you with a few words of a personal advice, much of it from my own experiences and reflections. Remember, success is never granted. It is mined. It is extracted. As your ambitions expand, so will the world's desire to narrate your identity. It will attempt to dictate your boundaries, just as it tried to dictate mine. You will be told, just as I was, that to touch the earth is to harm the sky. But remember, to heal the sky, you must first master the earth. जिनके हाथों में मिट्टी है, वही भविष्य गढ़ते हैं। जिनके हाथों में मिट्टी है, वही भविष्य गढ़ते हैं। जो चुनौतियों से नहीं डरते, वही इतिहास बदलते हैं। And that is why I say, this is our second freedom struggle. The first was to give us political independence, and this second one is to give us economic and resource independence. And you, my young friends, are the next generations of Bharat's freedom fighters. And in this struggle, you are not just extracting resources, you are extracting sovereignty. You are not just mining minerals, you are mining dignity. And in doing so, you are helping build a Bharat that is not asking others for sympathy, a Bharat that is not asking others for validations, a Bharat that is not asking others for permission. And so, when history looks back at the 100th anniversary of the IIT ISM, may it say, "ये युग तुम्हारा, ये रण तुम्हारा, हर चुनौती तुम्हारी, हर शिखर तुम्हारा, तुम ही बनोगे दिशा, तुम ही लिखोगे विधान, तुम ही हो भारत का गौरव, तुम ही हो भारत का स्वाभिमान." And so, my young friends, dream fearlessly, act relentlessly, and let us build the Bharat of our dreams. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir, for this very, very inspiring and deeply insightful address. An address that touched both memory and horizon. अगर भारत को अपनी तकदीर बदलनी है, तो उसे language of earth को master करना होगा. Registering its command on the language of earth, now IIT takes steady steps to newer frontiers, especially emphasizing on green technologies and critical minerals. IIT Dhanbad की अगली सदी green technologies, critical minerals, डिजिटल भारत और ग्लोबल लीडरशिप की सदी होगी। Sir, your speech actually, brought in so many nuggets of wisdom, and इन nuggets को हम किसी भी उम्र में और करियर के किसी भी फेज में आत्मसात कर सकते हैं। Future is built now, इतिहास मत भूलो, भविष्य कमाया जाता है। Write your code, script your history, दुनिया जहां रुक जाए, भारत राह दिखाए। सफर उसी का कहलाता है जो राह दिखाए। So future is built now in the present and on the foundations of a past. Thank you so much for giving us these nuggets of wisdom, and especially to our young generation. Your message, sir, has crowned our 100 years with grace and has ignited the promise of the 100 that lie ahead. Your words have strengthened our resolve, filled with renewed pride, and inspires us to carry this wisdom and vision forward as ITISM steps boldly into its second century of excellence. Thank you so much for announcing Adani internship at IIT ISM Dhanbad and for the pre-employment offers. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for expressing your desire that the Adani 3S Mining Excellence, which is built in Texmin, is going to write the future language of mining. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for also supporting our hackathons, both through funding and through mentorship. Thank you for this as well, sir. So every year on a foundation day, we celebrate the spirit of excellence, dedication, and innovation that has defined our journey, and we shine the spotlight on those whose remarkable efforts have enriched our institute and inspired us all. There are many awards to be given on this day, but we have chosen just two, and we would request our chief guest to present those awards to our students, the recipients. There are 3 awards instituted by our alumnus, Shri Srinivasan Padmanabhan, from the 1960 mining batch. The Srinivasan Padmanabhan Award is given to the topper in BTech mining, and the Srimati Lalita Srinivasan Innovation Award is given to the BTech student for his product. So the award for the Srinivasan Padmanabhan Academic Award for this year goes to Om Shandilya. And may I request our chief guest, sir, and the other dignitaries of the dais to give away the award. Shandil. I also call upon Sahil Sharma. Sahil Sharma, our third-year BTech student from the Electronics and Communication, for his project titled Smart Mind Guard. Sahil Sharma. Thank you so much, sir. Now, may I request our chairman, sir, and our director to kindly felicitate our chief guest, registering our deep appreciation and gratitude for his gracious presence. And sir, that's a red building, which is now going to go to your drawing room. The heritage building of IIT ISM Dhanbad. Once again, sir, from the entire IIT ISM community, fraternity, I thank you for coming and adding such grace and warmth to this memorable day. Now I invite Professor Dheeraj Kumar to extend a word of gratitude.
थैंक यू रजनी जी, परमादरणीय गौतम अदानी जी। सर, हम IIT असम धनबाद परिवार की ओर से आपका हार्दिक शुक्रगुजार हैं। आपने ब्लैक डायमंड की धरती पे आके और इस टेंपल में, जो कि लर्निंग और एजुकेशन का टेंपल है, इसमें आके आपने हमारा शोभा बढ़ाया है। दिस IIT असम धनबाद हैज चार्टर्ड इनटू 100 golden years celebration. And today, this particular day will be written as in the script of IIT Dhanbad, golden years. We are very much thankful to you, sir. We are thankful to you not only for the reason you came over here and you addressed to our students, but also for the reason that you came with 40 plus alumni of IIT Dhanbad. They are working in Adani, led by our distinguished alumnus, Sri Dr. Binay Prakash ji. Thank you once again, sir. Already Rajni ji has put her own word of gratitude to you for announcing two very important things, that scholarships, internships to our students and pre-placement offers, and also setting of Adani Center of Excellence on 3 years mining and Texmin. So this is just a beginning. Your footprint has already got into IIT Dhanbad, and we assure you that we will meet your requirement to that extent possible. Thank you so much, sir. We are also thankful to our Honorable Chairman and Madam Chairman. Sir, we keep on getting your blessings, your all sort of advices as a father of the campus. And every time we seek your advice and you keep on giving your advices to all of us. Thank you so much for being with us on this 100th Foundation Day of IIT Dhanbad. We are thankful to our President Director, Professor Sukumar Mishra ji, who has been the senior brother to all of us. We keep on fighting with him. We keep on getting lot many advices from him, lot many instructions from him, along with Madam Sukumar Mishra ji. Thank you so much for being with us, sir, on this particular occasion and being with us on IIT Dhanbad Foundation Week. We are also thankful to our former directors, Dr. D.K. Paul ji, Professor D.C. Panigrahi ji, all other directors who could not come over here to celebrate this momentous Gautam Institute. Thank you so much, sir, for shaping this institute. And this is you who have led us to stand before you in this particular August gathering. We are extremely thankful to our distinguished alumnus of this institute, Sri Satish Jha, who is leading two important subsidiaries of Coal India Limited, Eastern Coalfield Limited and CMPDI, and alumnus of this institute. Thank you so much for being with us. We are also